when it is. There we go. Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner. And today we are looking at our clone predictions for 2023, 20 years of the Clone Wars. How cool
That's
is
the
that?
original one, though, isn't it?
Or not? We should say.
20 years of the original.
I don't know. I think it's 20 years of Clone Wars. We're in celebration that we have 20 years of Clone Wars. I don't think it's going to be 20 years of that Clone Wars because there's not much that goes on it unless they're just going to bring out another
episodes, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we'll wait for a few to join, and then hopefully some join. If not, we give it a couple.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if it's 20 years of that Clone Wars, you might as well just repack Grievous.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, they don't really like doing phase one, do they? So I just don't imagine that they're going to do that many in it. So for me, this is 20 years of, so whatever has appeared in Clone Wars, what has appeared in that, what is it, Taskowski? I don't know, whatever the original 2D Clone Wars was called. In that, and the 20, it was because it was like the format, the way it was designed, it was the way that an artist.
I cannot stand that sort of animation style.
Animation, yeah. So whether it's 20 years of that, but I'm incorporating it's 20 years of the Clone Wars. So that's everything from the 2013, 2008,
2008. I think the film came out on it.
Yeah. So I just think we'll go. I reckon it's going to incorporate that, and that's what my list incorporates as well. It incorporates everything of the Clone Wars. And to be honest, I weren't a massive fan of those original ones. Psychotic Shark, hi mate.
And neither am I, so.
And,
I don't think I've got any.
Yo, mate. Yeah, there's a couple of the things on there that I think people would like out of that show, but for me, it was a little bit no. And one thing that's not on my list is Dirge. Is it Dirge? That crappy symbiote bounty hunter thing.
I don't know. I can't remember his name.
Oh, it was like Obi-Wan killed. He kind of swallowed Obi-Wan up in the end, and Obi-Wan was inside it, and then he gone and it exploded.
I know what you're talking about, but I just
I
think I got a few episodes into that one.
Yeah, it was just I think it's all on Disney Plus as well, anyway. So, Paul Andrew, hi guy, can't stay long, but need phase one Rex, Cody, need those. Yeah, definitely, 100%. So, what we're going to do, we're going to break it down into categories in this one. So we'll do ones that we think will be re-releasing figures, and what figures we would like to see re-released into the Clone Wars 20th anniversary for next year. So I think you can go first on this one. What is your top releases?
What that I want that they'll never do?
No. So these are re-releases.
Oh, you want to do repacks, yeah?
Yeah, right. Do the repacks first. Repacks. So we've done it in waves. So we're saying 6 figures that we think that Hasbro should re-release for 2023.
Well, so should releases. I've got Obi-Wan as the original one they did. The very first Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I think that one would be a good one for them to do. I've got Anakin, the recent one they did. Obviously got 5s that I'll probably re-release. Battle droids, like the original one, not the weird coloured one. Got Phase 1 Clone Trooper that I'll probably re-release.
Yeah.
And I've got another Cad Bane that they'll re-release as well. And I've also put question marks. I've put Ahsoka and Captain Rex because I think now Captain Rex is such a hard character to come by now. I think they'd re-release him.
Mm.
And Ahsoka. Like, I would like to see. I think it would probably re-release the Ahsoka from. Is it Series 7 that they did? The one in grey? They'll probably re-release that one as well. That's 6, isn't it? Yeah, 6 I've done there. Because that Obi-Wan, I've got that Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people missed out on.
Yeah, a lot of people missed out on that, and it's quite a good figure, especially the face sculpt.
Yeah, it was a good figure.
Only problem is obviously with that figure is the articulation. But that's similar to all Black Series figures, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it won't put them off because they just released that archive clone trooper, the 501st, the one that you picked up.
Yeah, I've got. Yeah,
and that's got probably the same articulation. Zeb, my biggest wants are Jesse, Star Corps Trooper, Neo, Barker. Oh, that's the
Bakara.
The one that runs along with Kylie Mundy in it, I think.
Yeah, the weird, the sniper-like ones.
Darth Vader. Yes, definitely. Star Corps, obviously, someone else is painting one currently at the moment.
Yeah, me. I've got a Neo. I've got a custom Neo.
Yeah. He's up there some.
But here's one they should do because it's a different style head, and that's the reason they haven't done it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's no excuses. I mean, they bring out all these other figures. I mean, look at Ponda Bubba. He's literally Yavin and Luke with an alien head on him. So it's just doing a whole new
That's the thing with Neo is they'd literally need to resculpt. And same with Bakara as well. That's a whole new head sculpt as well.
Yeah.
So
he's whole new armor, isn't he? Because he's that kind of samurai type looking.
Yeah, they're the ones that I think it was on Battlefront 2, wasn't it? When there was the sniper class on Battlefront 2.
Yeah, it's on it. Yeah.
I like what's his name? The one with the chain gun as well. What were they? They looked like snow troopers, but they was from the same
same sort of
battalion.
Thing.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, re-releases. So first of all, will be a re-release Captain Rex. He hasn't been on archive, hasn't been on anything, and he's probably like the best and most.
And they recently did him again, didn't they, for Bad Batch?
Yeah, which was naff. So I think a re-release of the original Captain Rex. Whether the new,
I'd definitely get that.
Yeah, Galactic Marine. That's it. That's what he was talking about.
Oh, is it? There you go.
Yeah.
There's always someone that knows what they're talking about.
That's it. I'm always like, brain. So the original Captain Rex. I have put Ahsoka of the Clone Wars one that recently come out, which was Clone Wars
Series 7, yeah.
It's only the fact of that brings in line the Series 7, so it just brings in a lot, just sort of brings them all in. The next one, I can't remember the battalion of it, so correct me if I'm wrong. So either the 91st or 92nd Battalion, which was the clone trooper that came out with the 501st, the plain clone trooper, and the shock trooper. It's like the 5. He was like green markings. It's basically like a bright green markings on him, and I think it's like under the Green Company. I think.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, so there's a 4-pack that come out.
And it was 4-pack. That's why I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in that. I think it was right.
Yeah, it's a Grease one, wasn't it?
T12, 501st, Grease one. Yeah, and and I think it's 91st. Someone's going to shout out in a minute. You reckon it would get a 41st Scout? I don't know. Or is it the 41st?
41st is, yeah, that's it.
That's
41st is British
yeah.
Company. Yeah.
I knew it was one something or whatever, but yeah. So I'm hoping so because it's not too much
Cool.
from a Scout. It would be cool, and having it all camo, we don't really get that many as well. Clone commands Faye and Keller, the clones from the comics, so could be it was cool. We could. Faye was
41st Scout. Going back, they could just literally use a Scout Trooper helmet.
Yeah, no. Don't give them ideas. They need to resculpt. It looks similar.
No, I'm just saying though, but they could easily do it.
Yeah,
because the only camo figure that we've got is grey.
Yeah, which is rubbish camo as well. It's like bright, lucent. It's like he just bought his like armor from Nerf.
It's a bad figure as well. It's a really bad figure as well.
Yeah. Although saying that, my next figure in the re-release is Gree. Only for the simple fact he hasn't had another re-release. Like it's just been in the red box and that's it.
Yeah, he's a bad figure though.
He is an awful figure. Is the fact that he turned his head 90 degrees and it actually falls off. Whether they've done that on purpose, I don't know, but it is awful. And the same as you, I've put Obi-Wan Kenobi from the first Clone Wars as well. Simply fact for bringing Clone Wars Season 7, Obi-Wan from the original Clone Wars. You know, it's kind of like an amalgam of it, celebration of 20 years. And then the last one that hasn't had a re-release, which is a favourite as well, is Commander Fox.
Yeah, I like that figure. It's a good figure as well.
It's a good figure. It's really like, I like the armour, I like the red and stuff like that.
I love that clone battalion. Just the Coruscant Guard, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do like their colours. And I've got that coming up, something to do with them as well.
Ooh.
On my list.
Yeah. So this is basically they're the re-releases. So just comment down below if there's other figures that you would like to see re-released that you maybe started only collecting now, or you've missed out on, you know, and you would love to see those clones as well. Because obviously collecting where we've had the clones for so long, I'm not too sure what's hard to get hold of. I think you can still get hold of Wolf, and I think you can still get hold. Well, you got Bly the other day. You still can get Bly. Rex is hard. Fox, I haven't seen for a long time.
I've never seen another one. Even Grey, you can't.
No, Grey, I haven't. He kind of got a semi-re-release, didn't he?
Cody got a re-release as archive, but he's impossible to get now.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, Cody's awful as well, though, isn't he?
Yeah, because they just re-released the first figure. They didn't change it.
No, they could have solid his legs a little bit, but
no. What annoys me, he's one of the only clones in the films that takes his helmet off.
Yeah, and but it's like, but that was up before they started incorporating all that, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, but they just re-released him from the Clone Wars with that. But...
Yeah. All right, don't get upset.
I was just really, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean?
Like, just about to cry, like it's just like, yeah, but it's just like I want to remove my helmet.
I'll just take the helmet off and put a Django head on it.
Yeah. So we got Hasbro releases we want. I'm just going to put these on little things at the bottom so we know where we're at as it's ticking over. So you can go first again. So this is now 6 figures that we feel like Hasbro need to re-release. Well, no, not re-release. Release brand new figures for the 20th anniversary as a wave. A brand new standalone wave of 6 figures that we just generally need to come into play.
So, do you want me to go through them all at once?
No, go through and explain why each one.
Right, no particular order. We'll start with Commando Droid because they was a big part of the Clone Wars series, and we've never had a figure of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty cool looking as well. And I think you could do a lot with them because when you release one of them, there's loads of different types of Commando Droid as well.
Yeah, there's different colours, aren't there?
And they're aren't they a similar body to one of the droids they've been releasing for the newer crappy
What is it?
series, whatever they are.
What about droid?
No, they're similar. They've got a similar body to those big ones, but just a bit
Oh,
smaller.
the HK type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not had to look at them, to us.
Another one's Super Battle Droid. Like, why we haven't had one of them?
Yeah.
Obviously a big part of Star Wars overall, aren't they? Like, I mean, that's all. Aren't they? I'd say they're like the first droids you properly see in the clone Attack of the Clones, isn't it? They're with guarding Dooku most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, yeah, well, that's the start of it, wasn't it? That's the
Mm.
first time we saw them was in that movie because they didn't exist in the Phantom Menace.
No.
It was just the Roger droids.
Yeah. And
Do you
then I've got Shark T. Big.
Yep.
She's not in the films much, and she's not in the Clone Wars much, but she's a very big, well-liked character overall. And not hard to do with the current figures they've got out, really. If they really wanted to
Yeah.
reuse parts, you just use Ahsoka. But
They got to do it justice, though. It's got to be cloth goods. Because you imagine if they bring out like Bib Fortuna?
yeah, I know.
Like,
It's solid, all solid.
yeah.
I mean, do it justice, but don't do what they did to Ayla. That figure should have had a lot better articulation.
Yeah.
I've got Hound.
Yeah.
He's the Coruscant Guard one. But again, they'll never do it because it's a new head sculpt. But I just think he's a really cool looking clone, and definitely deserves a release.
Yeah.
I've forgotten what episode. Weren't he in the episode where Ahsoka went to prison? Wasn't it?
I can't. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people when
Because he had that weird dog looking thing, didn't he?
Yeah, he has the Tuscan dogs, doesn't he? Yeah, I can't remember what episode it was because a lot of people were going like when I was doing the customs, they were like, "Oh, can you make him? Can you make him?" And at the time, I didn't know anyone that did 3D parts and stuff like that, but I know of him, but I can't. I literally cannot remember what episode he was in. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one where she goes to prison.
Hmm.
I've also got Geonosian, which we need,
Yeah.
like just a normal grunt Geonosian. And Quinlan Voss as well, another character that's not in
Yeah.
it much, but he's quite a well-known and
Yeah, and he's obviously been mentioned now in Kenobi as well,
well-liked.
hasn't he?
Yeah,
So he's definitely
he's mentioned quite a lot, and he's a well-liked character as well. So I think he'd do quite well.
And
And
he
he had
goes
that
well
whole story arc with Asajj Ventress as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and he trained Ayla, didn't he? He was her master.
Hmm.
Actually, a good one of the Clone Wars would be a Senate Commandos. Yeah, and that would be
Yeah.
quite an easy one to make as well.
I was thinking of putting them as well.
Yeah, we kind of have got them, you know, like the Blue Guards, didn't we? Like, but they were just like re-released Royal Guards. Like, I'd buy Hound. I'd buy that for $1. Right, very similar, very similar.
Oh, I've got mentions. Sorry, do you want me to do my mentions?
No, we could do mentions after because you might say things that I've said. So, you know, then you're taking up all the space. So yeah, for me, the Clone Wars wave that I would love to see. So first of all, I will put this one down because you've already said it. Is the Commando droid from Rookies? Fantastic addition to the Clone Wars. Great. I think it's the best droid out there. I think it's even better than Droideka. I think it's better than the Super Battle droid.
Yeah.
It's a cool looking thing, and it's a slight tweak of the crappy Roger droid, you know. But it's
they've got those really cool voices as well.
Yeah. Like it's just like dark, and the way they introduced into Rookies, it was amazing. Where they're just like so tactile. It's pretty cool. So the next one I've got, so I'll probably go back and forth because it's not in particular order. I just wanted some different clone troopers. So this one for me was even though I didn't really like the snow troopers, I didn't really like the design of them when they went and done the clone weird. But the one that it's exactly the same outfit, but it's not snow. It's the flame trooper.
Yeah.
So the ones that they're all down. They look like the snow troopers, and they got the massive flamethrowers. Do a flame effect on it as well. I think it looked really cool, and it's just that color as well. We haven't had anything that's not white. It's just something that's completely brand new as well. Good afternoon, Brian. So I think a flame trooper would be pretty cool, to be honest with you. I think it'd be a good addition. Next up, let's go. I've chosen Barriss Ophi for it because she was quite a big character as well through the Clone Wars, where she sort of like dropped, and then she come back in Rebel-ish. So it's just kind of like, was it Barriss Ophi or no? It's Luminari that come back in the Rebels, wasn't it, when she was dead? But Barriss Ophi, where she sort of fell a little bit to the dark side, and the fight between Ahsoka and stuff like that. And also, she had an episode kind of dedicated to herself in the original Clone Wars as well, the 2D one with.
I can't remember anything from that.
There was kind of one that she was in the cave, and they was choosing her kyber crystal and stuff like that, and it got ransacked with all these sort of like remote droid bombs and stuff. So she was in that as well. So I think Barriss Ophi would be a good addition to the wave. Next up is a Phase 1 pilot. So they look pretty normal. They just got like a gas mask bit that comes down there with this sort of like TIE fighter bit there, comes around. But in the Clone Wars, there was loads, they're all different head markings, and there was one who had like the Godzilla things on his head and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, didn't they have like shark prints and stuff like that on
Yeah,
their guns?
yeah. So it's so much better than Hulk that we got. I just don't like that Hulk figure. The helmet just doesn't look Star Wars.
I didn't even bother getting that one.
Yeah, it's just the helmet doesn't look right. It just looks really a little bit off. Doesn't look Star Warsy to me.
I think he looked more like a Halo helmet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It worked great. So I think a Phase 1 trooper. It could be just the first ones that we see with the yellow on it. Where they're flying and he's looking over his shoulder to Kenobi, or it could be
their gunships. Do you remember their gunships with the shark kind of mouth on it?
Yeah, so it's just one of them that fly it. So next up, coming away from clones again, so we're dipping over to another bit. I'm going back and forth. Is Savage Opress that we need?
Yeah. I mean, I would have said he would be more of a deluxe figure.
Yeah, it depends how they go about him. They could give him his armor that's removable, so you get the shirtless and that.
You know full well what they'd do, though.
Yeah.
They'd re-release Darth Maul and paint it yellow.
Yeah. Well, when they brought out the one there,
that yellow one.
It was I thought I was like, no. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's the Fallen Order. I was like, oh my God, like, it just ruined Savage Opress. That would be mine. Hopefully
he was one of my mentions for deluxe.
Yeah.
But I thought he'd be a good deluxe.
Yeah, now saying it,
doesn't he?
Yeah, so it could be a thing, but they have done larger figures as normal figures. Always got it.
I know, but he has like his double lightsaber. He has an axe.
Yeah, he's got. They'd be like, he comes with two. I shouldn't swear on there because otherwise they penalise me for adverts. But he'd be like, oh my God, he comes with an extra weapon. No, I'm going to have to charge you for that. Psychotic Shark, they should have done him in his 10 pilot. 2013 Clone Wars with the rangefinder. I can't even remember what he looks like. I'm going to have to look him up. So the last one on the list, done, is the ARF Trooper, ARF Trooper. They're the ones that kind of go around on the scout things. They got the sort of like, they couldn't have looked like biker scouts, like the first sort of original sort of ones.
They like the brown camo.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Well, Yeah, I've got him. I've got that as a mention, right? I've got
Yeah,
Trapper as a mention from
yeah,
the 212th thing, which is exactly that kind of brown camo
yeah,
scout thing. Yeah.
yeah. Because they've done that. They've done them in white as well. So even if
Mm.
they just released a clone trooper with a white body and slapped that head on, I'd be fine. But if they went to go and do camo, because I think this is where I'm a little bit spoiled because obviously I've got the custom ones. So I can't
Mm.
imagine a shelf of people's clone troopers at the moment. I can't imagine. There's not a lot of. There's
My
not a
one's
lot.
just grey.
Yeah, and they're just like naff looking ones at the moment, especially the that new one that's come out, the 90. Oh, that's the 97th or 92, isn't it? That's the one I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
that's
Or
Mace
187th.
Windu's. Mace
Yeah,
Windu's. So,
182nd. I don't know. I'm
but
throwing
that's what I was
numbers out
saying. Like,
now.
I looked it up and I
Like
thought
playing
it's only
lottery.
appeared in one
Yeah,
episode and
it just and
flashbacks.
it's not even purple. It's not even like
No,
so. They're sort of like flashback kind of people's canon and stuff. I don't like it. I just think it looks. It's a horrible, ugly brown red. It's disgusting.
it's like
Anyway,
maroon, isn't it?
yeah. Um, so that is my wave. So a flame trooper, a phase one pilot, an ARF trooper, Barris, Savage, and a commander droid. Be a nice little wave. That
Mm.
be amazing. And with your like addition again, like just more Jedi's. I did put Kylie Monday down, but I'm sure he's
But they're,
actually in the
yeah,
pipeline, isn't he?
yeah, he's rumoured, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I took him off because I was like, oh, I think he's coming out. So yeah, 100%. I
But
do think.
yeah, I had, for another mention, I had Adi Gallia as well. And Luminara.
Yeah. So like we start actually finishing off like a Jedi Master.
Just do the Jedi Council,
Yeah.
but they'll never do it.
No. Well, that's what I mean. Like, you got the Knights of Ren, all this big build up over like 7 years for the
Yeah.
sequels, whatever how long it was, and we've got one Knight of Ren.
All right, do you want to do deluxe?
Yeah, we do the deluxe figures.
So deluxe, and you'll probably know what I'm going to say for this one, will be Ponkrell.
Yeah.
Most annoying, frustrating character going. I hated him, but I loved it at the same time.
Yeah.
I think he'd be great as a deluxe because obviously he's got his 4 double-bladed lightsabers, 4 arms, and out of that you could also get a Dexter figure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely need a Pongrel. It's just like he was such a big part. I think he had like a good few episodes dedicated to that storyline as well. And I think that's a really good figure that they need to do as deluxe. And I've
Yeah.
also got Droidica as well as deluxe.
That's your deluxe, is it?
Yeah, because well, Droidica could come with a bubble shield.
Yeah. You might as well go and buy a hamster ball.
No, just like the dome. Like I've got the old Droidica figure.
Yeah. You mean like a front?
Yeah, like the front shield thing.
Yeah, like the Invisible Woman comes with,
Yeah.
so it looks like and you could put some effects on there as well. Like laser effects and stuff like it's like.
But again, they'll never do it because it's brand new sculpt.
Yeah, well, a whole new sculpt.
Yeah.
Would you
They
have
don't
it
have to do that.
like?
I don't know. I don't want to ask too much of Hasbro. Right. I've seen the state of their Transformers, so no, thank you. No, just standing up would do. Because even if it's in a ball form, it won't do anything. It'll just roll off, won't it?
Yeah.
So
I think,
yeah,
it wouldn't bother me if it didn't. I'd rather a more detailed looking figure that's a little bit articulated in the legs than a sort of like one that can transform into a ball. That's a play figure.
I've been tempted to get my Droidica. It's up in the loft. Get my Droidica because it does go well. It scales well with the figures as well.
Yeah,
It's not too off. So
well, that's not too bad. That's is a good one. I was going to put Droidica actually for this, and if I did that, you would.
Droidica, call the Droidica.
What was that?
I said, call the Droidica.
Yeah, yeah. So we haven't actually said Newt Gunray or anything like that. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
there's
thank
so
you.
many that untapped in the prequel eras. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So for me, I've done 2 for this. So my first deluxe figure would be an Arc Trooper 5s. To go
Five.
close.
See, I was thinking of Jesse
Yeah.
because we haven't got Jesse yet.
We haven't got Jesse, and we haven't got a 5s though.
We haven't got 5, have we?
No, we've got 2 Echoes, as in
Oh
Bad
yeah, I thought
Batch,
so.
and
Yeah.
Arc. But 5s, he's got a whole season really dedicated to the guy, and he's still not there. The most probably famous clone, I would say.
Well, he's one of the clones
Story-wise,
that started off
he
the
found
whole
out about the chips.
rebellion thing. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
rebellion.
it was the whole thing. So yeah, we haven't got a 5s yet, which is absolutely disgusting. So
Absolute disgrace.
it is. It's a disgrace to Star Wars people, and
Diabolical.
this is why I get pissed off with Hasbro, because they're like, "Here's Andor." Yeah, I know Andor, but
here's the clone trooper painted mud red.
Yeah. Oh, what, we got a new clone coming out? Yeah, it's this one that no one actually cares about. Like, oh,
Yeah, no one's ever heard of.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say a 5s and it's annoying because where they've introduced this, because I've got that Echo up there that I want to customize, and I'm thinking I'm going to do a 5s because they're not going to do it. Because I was originally thinking the 3.75, they've got Jesse, Echo, and 5s.
No, they have, and that's
they had a
annoying.
3-pack, and it's like, well, why can't we have that? So I kind of thought, like, I do one. Yeah. So I thought I'd do Rancor Squad. But then I was thinking, why am I doing Rancor Squad? I want a 5s, and I still ain't. So unless I paint it and then repaint it again, I could do that, I suppose. Anyway, so yeah, 5s. And my other deluxe, this one you've already said, but for me, I thought it would be a deluxe, and it's a super battle droid. Just reasons being that he could change his arm, put the rocket thing on there, and the different other sort of things. He could come with like shooting kind of animation effects and stuff like that. And bear in mind, it's supposed to be a larger figure. They released the Dark Trooper in a larger figure.
And charged 60 quid for it.
With a gun, yeah. So this guy's going to be a deluxe. No end of it. So have you got honourable mentions there? My other honourable mention you've already said, which is the fatty Jedi with 4 arms. Yeah, that's it.
No, pretty much my ones you've covered. Obviously Trapper I had, and Adigalia. Yeah, I don't have any others mentioned. You covered most of mine.
So did you?
Arc Troopers are definitely a good one. Jesse would probably be another mention for me.
Yeah, I think it's just just those. I mean, it's
Jesse wouldn't be hard to do though either. Neither would 5s because they've got Echo.
Yeah, so they've got the whole thing. The only thing different between Jesse, he hasn't got the mohawk bit on his helmet.
No, he's got the print, hasn't
he? Yeah, he hasn't got the fin on his head. That's the only thing that would do different. But I mean,
he a captain? That's why, isn't he?
No, I just didn't have it. It was just a normal round helmet. So I guess they would just do a normal phase 2 helmet. I think that's probably exactly the same. So
kit bash, easy.
Yeah, I mean, they can just bring it out of the fin. I don't care. That's one little way to see. I'll just shave it off with the scalpel.
Shave it.
Yeah,
give him a shave.
So, did you come up with any ideas, any extra additional things that Hasbro could do for the line for Clone Wars?
I was thinking of they need a Padawan Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know why we haven't had her already.
Yeah.
But obviously, she's one of the biggest. The Clone Wars revolves around her in a way.
Yeah, it's her story, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, and
apart from Series 6, when she went in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then yeah, but Series 6 was just thrown together, wasn't it? It weren't really like a full.
Yeah, it's pants.
But
Um,
yeah, I don't know why we haven't had a Padawan Ahsoka yet.
Yeah, or Jedi Yoda.
Yeah, I mean, we had a Jedi Yoda, but this old figure.
We ain't got the Jedi. We don't return Jedi figures.
We had one.
No.
We came with his lightsaber.
Come with his lightsaber, but it's Return Jedi.
Yeah,
Yoda.
I'm just saying, like, it's not. It comes with his
Yeah.
lightsaber.
I mean, the only thing I use for my Return Jedi Yoda was AliExpress come to my aid for £5, which is this little dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like the right height. It's just like
You need a Jedi. Jedi Yoda. What would you say from the Clone Wars style, or that style?
Oh no, it'd be realistic. Like,
I was going to say the Clone Wars style. His head's massive.
I just think, I do think, in a way, Black Series is losing their way with that. They're letting too many sort of styles fall through the Black Series filter. Because, like, do you remember, like, Rebels and stuff? It would go, they would land on here, and then it would get filtered through into Black Series looking. Same with Captain Rex, went through, come out Black Series, what he would look like in a realistic way. Rebels, what it would look in a realistic way. And now they're like clone troopers, and they're just falling through, and they're like, oh, I've got no brow and I've got no paintwork. Like, it's just like, no, you need to go back.
I think the recent clones look like, so you've got Bly, Rex, Wolf, and Fox are all good, realistic looking clones.
Yeah.
And then you've got those Camino ones. You've got all the recent Phase 2 clones.
All of them, yeah.
They just look animated.
Yeah. Well, they just look basic. Even like the actual paintwork on them just look really basic in my things. It's like
they're not even glossy, are they? They're not even metallic.
It's like get it out there. Coming in late, but I want a Phase 1 clone pilots, and I dream of a Republic gunship. That'd be quite a good HasLab for them, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like fitting on about six troopers.
People would go for that. That's the thing.
Can you imagine how big it is? Like you've got like the ball things to put them in, like sitting on the side. Although the articulation might need to be improved. Like you have it, and the guy's just sticking up his legs like up in the air, like like looking like a 5 point of A. Like, okay, so my ideas, what they could actually physically do for next year is actually they do it a lot. They do it in Power Rangers, they do it in Marvel Legends, hell of a lot, and it's actually creating 2-packs. Like, and it can be just exactly the same figure, just redone. It doesn't need removable helmets. I don't care. But a Phase 1, Waxer and Boyle, and they could actually come with the little Twi'lek girl as well. You know, so it's a little kind of 3-pack. They kind of do it for the Disneyland. It'll be an easy Phase 1, printed twice with slightly a couple of variations, and the little Twi'lek girl. You know, £60. Fives and Echo from Rookies as the Phase. You know, just as Phase 1s again. Everyone's like, Phase 1, but I just think it's just easy because we get a lot of Phase 2 stuff at the moment.
I hate Phase 1.
Get out.
I've got one here. Look, there you go.
But I think the Phase 1s, I think, well, it's to me, it's like I just enjoyed it. It was the easiest ones to get hold of when I started doing the channel, but it'd just be an easy double pack. You know, they could bring them out in the double pack as Phase 2s as well, because we need those as well. You know, it doesn't really matter, you know, especially Fives and Echoes, because they would have the patches and stuff on their arms and stuff for heavy. And also I was thinking, like, not a huge vehicle, but just like a strap.
That's what we were saying before,
Is it
wasn't it? Like,
it's called a strap, isn't it?
yeah, that's what we were saying before, like those little walker fins, wasn't it?
Now this one's like the hover things that the droids fight on.
Oh yeah, them, yeah.
Yeah, because Anakin flies like a blue one, if I remember. I remember one of them coming out, and because it's like reminiscence of the old times. So you used to get like I think it was like a 5-pack or a 3-pack of stormtroopers, and they're all in their sort of action poses and stuff in the thing. But obviously, you can't do that with the Black Series.
Oh, it's the STAP, STAP.
Oh, is it stat? I thought. Okay, at least it went a strap on. But yeah, Roger. No, not that kind of strap. But yeah, I just think like sort of things like that. I'm really hoping that they just don't bring out a Plo Koon and they're just going to make him like have different arms.
I'm telling you, that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
When I did the repack, when I was saying about repacks, I thought they'd do Kit Fisto, which I like that looking Kit Fisto, but
Yeah.
Plo Koon, Mace Windu, they'd do all of them with just their gauntlets. But I do like Kit Fisto. Clone Wars Kit Fisto is probably one of my favourite looking.
Yeah, he's cool. Well, actually, Nadar is Padawan. That would be an amazing one as well. You know, that could be a 2-pack as well. Just re-release the figure.
That's what I mean. Like they could do Luminara and Barriss.
Yeah.
They could do Quinlan Voss.
Yeah.
And
I wonder why they don't do 2-packs for Black Series.
Probably because they
going to charge well over the price.
Well, the thing with Black Series is that they like just repackaging and re-releasing, don't they? So it's just like if they do a 2-pack, they have to think of new figures eventually.
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, back in the day when I used to do 2-packs, the colouring used to be a little bit variant. I had like about 3 Plo Koons from the original one, and he had one that had dark brown pants, another one that had light tanned pants, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just think, and even if it's sort of like a 2-pack, but introducing one other figure, so it's kind of like a re-release, but it's got another figure with it. I sort of be okay with that.
You could easily do triple packs as well with.
Well, don't go over the top. I mean, like straight away you're going to be like looking at 120 quid for that.
I'm just saying though, like you could easily do double packs with like a commander and a clone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
easy.
Well, it just, I mean, I don't care for a repack that it's actually repaints of the same figure. So like a clone, it'd just be like a different. 2 battle droids, one that's a captain with the yellow circle on it, and a regular battle droid that comes with a few blast effects. So you could put it on there so it looks like it's got sparks, or like a half a lightsaber that can look like it's going through him or something. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but it's like a double pack that would be good. No, never do it. Is Watto and little Anakin. Annie, that little one.
Little baby Anakin.
Yeah, him and Watto would be good.
Yeah, well, that's before the Clone Wars.
I'm just saying though, like
yeah, well, you're coming off topic. That's another video. You're giving away ideas.
Okay, well,
yeah, but we know that they don't. You know, a little figure like that will
Andrew
not come
just made a good point on there.
Maybe the loss of retail stores over time has limited or gotten rid of 2-packs. Yeah, but then they're still doing Marvel Legends though, aren't they? I mean, like, look how many Marvel Legend 2-packs have just come out. Spider-Man, Spinneret, Doc Ock.
There's been a lot of Spider-Man ones, isn't there? Because there was
they just brought out that sort of other one that's just come out in it, the Negative Zone people.
Yeah, which is like 5 years after the game came out.
Yeah,
and the new one's coming out soon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. And then you got Power Rangers. You know, they just done the Turtles 2-pack. You know, they could have done those all.
Power Rangers 2-packs, haven't they? Like, I've got one. I've got 2. I've got
Zed and
Repulsor, and then I've got the blue 2-pack.
And that's a great way because they are older figures. Sometimes they introduce with a new figure as well. Like I think the Pink Ranger, it was a re-release of the Pink Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, and then it come with like the SPD or one other Pink Ranger, whatever it was, which hadn't had a single release
in space.
Yeah, so I think like bringing out a figure like Ketfisto, slightly altered, maybe with like clone arms, and then Nidar Veb, or even I mean, you could actually bring out the clone and his Jedi commander.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Obi-Wan,
like
yeah,
Cody.
And then Cody. I think with Ketfisto, it was
you could do Mace Windu and Neo.
Yeah,
so it'd be Mace Windu, and then Neo would be the new one.
Yeah,
or Plo Koon and Neo, because they both had them.
Yeah, I can't remember. Plo Koon just died, didn't he, in space? I was trying to think who killed him.
No, Neo killed him.
Was it?
Yeah, Neo killed him.
Neo killed the. No, that was the woman. What you got down, that Gia, whatever her name is.
No, Neo killed Plo Koon.
No, he was in.
The Plo Koon was on one of those speeders, wasn't he?
Who's this guy? Revenge of the Sith is your favourite film. Plo Koon was in his spaceship.
Yeah, and Neo was. I'm sure it was.
Neo was chasing the woman down, who has those kind of flappy things on her head. And you said her name, Gia or something. I can't remember her name.
Adi Gilia.
Yeah, you're looking up, aren't you?
No, it's Stas. It's her sister, isn't it?
Yeah, I always thought it's the same person, but it was played by a different actor.
Neo killed her sister. All right, I'll take it back. It's fine.
Yeah, take it back.
Well, that'd be two new figures, and they wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could even bring out what is. I keep getting mixed up now because the bark, isn't it? The Clone Wars, like they can have that. You know, we've got the other sort of speeder bike, so they could come out on that on their Clone Wars speeder. Truly, they need to do 2 packs of Clone Wars, Phase 2 Super Battle Droids, and Armed Build Pack. They do. They instead of making them all exclusives and just putting them into shops, is probably the most ridiculous idea. Going, you know, all these army builders and more expensive clones, and they don't stay on the shelf for long, and they disappear. Hey, Mr. B, how are you, mate? How you doing?
Do you know what I've always found funny though, about Clone Wars stuff? It's meant to be older than the original, but like a lot of the Clone Wars stuff looked more like high tech than like the newest, like the Empire stuff.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Yeah, but I suppose it's untapped though, isn't it? Clone Wars in figure form.
Huh?
I'm just saying, like it's so untapped, isn't it? The Clone Wars.
Yeah.
You know, like even Admiral Yulan, whatever he was, the one that
the main guy, the one that narrates it.
Yeah. That's actually the voice. The guy who done that is the Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, I know, but he also voices the
Yulan.
Yeah.
Yeah, even.
And that's not even hard because they've even got all the new.
The Emperor, officers. You know, in his red with double lightsabers.
Even just Senator Palpatine.
Yeah, there's just
Padme,
so many.
They could do Padme in her like casual kind of explorer gear that she wears.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of sort of like waistcoat purple-y type thing. Yeah. I got a Barking at 112. Nice. Was that 3D printed? 112. That is 6 inches.
That's hot ties. No, 112 is, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think. I mean, looking up there. I mean, obviously, I'm a bit spoilt on the choice up there, but you know, like all the original Phase Attack of the Clones, ones that haven't really got re-released altogether. I think they need a re-release.
That weird dinosaur-looking guy that got shot off the balcony.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
I know his name.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not being funny, but I'd be okay with that on a Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi body.
Yeah, because it's just a figure at the end of the day. It's just a background figure.
You know, or probably Coon body. You know, yeah, or, you know, like the Mace Windu figure. But yeah, just sort of like any of the Jedi's, I'll be thing with any of the other ones. But I think we still need some like Grunt clone troopers as well. Definitely to go with it as well. But yeah, I think we've got quite a lot of things going on. It's got a bark off Etsy. I might have to have a look at this because I've got you've got Neo, haven't you? I've got Neo.
I've got Neo, yeah. Yeah, I've got custom Neo, haven't I?
Yeah, I've got custom Neo. Obviously, I made mine myself. And how much did you pay for yours?
I didn't pay for it.
Oh, did you not?
No.
How much was it?
I don't know. Emma got it for me.
It was about £80.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was expensive.
I need to do that. I could do 2 in like a couple of hours. I'll be I'll be a rich man.
Has he got all the straps on your one?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah.
So,
What do you use a wolf helmet for that? Didn't you?
yeah, I did in the end. I did in the end. I had a 3D print, but it was a bit too small. So in the end, I've actually got a removable helmet. It is. Where's the camera? It is Wolf's head underneath there. But
Yeah, like because Neo's helmet's a weird one, isn't it? It's like a mix between Wolf and like a Phase 1, like the actual helmet itself.
Yeah. So what I did, I kind of painted over the decals to add those extra details in there.
Yeah.
To do it. So yeah, is that, and also what I've done, because he's got that pauldron on his shoulder, isn't he?
Mm.
So what I did was I did 2 parts of milliput. So I did one on there and then one on his arm. So he actually still has his full rotation on there. So it moves with it rather than being hindered underneath it. So
Nice.
the only other thing as well is I did have this bit, but the other bit's fallen off. But yeah, it's got all those bits on the back. And yeah. So this is where you can come into play now. You can start building your own.
No, I like my Neo. I'm all right with that.
Well, no, or you can build out other ones, can't you? You need to do US trip. Just pack everything up and bring home. Well,
they do get a lot.
Yeah.
You want to pay for us to go there?
Yeah. So if you want to pay for our tickets, I need a passport as well. So and that. So if you could do that, then I'll be on my way. And I'll make you a custom for it all. Of a Phase 1.
Pick one off the shelf.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's quite a lot up there. I mean, I've got a Phase 1 Wolf. I've got I can't remember all their bloody names now. Phil, Bly, Rex, Jesse, Danelle.
I mean, Phase 1 clones aren't hard.
Hans.
You know, it's just painting a few colours on each one.
Yeah, that's it. But it's so easy, and the Hasbro just don't seem to do it. And if they did it in a 2-pack, boom.
But instead, all we get is the basic white.
Yeah, and that's it. I've not even got a basic white Phase 1 clone.
I only have this guy for like background, but he's always a dead clone.
Yeah, I need one because I've got all the other. So I did all these ones, didn't I? Because obviously I didn't go out there and buy all the Ark or the older figures.
If we're doing showcases for customs, there you go, guys.
Oh yeah, look at his new little Mandalorian. You're going to do a video on it on your channel?
All made by myself. I've got a showcase coming out tonight.
Oh yeah, I saw them. I haven't got a video tonight. See this guy with his custom head. Yeah, I mean, bringing these ones in. Obviously, the green, they've done it all, but these are all the new bodies, so they're so much better than the your ones and the archive. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
They're all the AliExpress ones, no?
yeah, boom.
I'm going to get a few when I get
12 quid.
End of the month. I'm going to get a few.
Yeah. Well, I've got Apo.
They've got the ones with pauldrons now, aren't they? Wouldn't they?
Yeah, so I've got Apo arriving. I think in about. Well, he's in the county, so he's in Kent. Hope because of all the postal strikes, we should be getting him soon. I've got about all the colours, but that's nuts. A basic Phase 1 clone in the US isn't regularly on the shelves, and there's around 30 US on Amazon. I think he's a little bit harder to get hold of now, but that's the good thing
over here. You can't get him for that. But $30 US, about £25.
Yeah, you don't get it from that.
No.
But that's why I go on AliExpress. It's on there. You can get it straight away. But now I'm playing with Neo. His straps are falling off.
Oh look, see that this is your customizer.
Yeah, it's just the old glue. It's just but yeah. So
do you want to do a Neo collab?
Oh yeah, we can do a Neo collab, can't we?
Yeah.
Something else we can do. So if you do follow us on Instagram as well, we often do pictures together.
You need to make a Viking clone.
Callum sometimes tries his dab at photo photography and stuff like
You're having a laugh, aren't you? That's how I started.
Yeah, that's where you shouldn't go at your day job. Yeah, I think that's about it on that. I think. I mean, hopefully
I'll use Steve as a plug. Yeah.
As a platform.
Yeah.
Use me like Mario.
Here's me as the platform.
Yeah.
Right, follow me.
Remove you from stream. You're literally down here under your name says @
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd show people what they're missing out on.
Yeah, not much. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, this is that kind of thing. We're just zoning out now. But I think we definitely said some good ones there. But I still even think, even if they brought out all those figures that we suggested, they still haven't scratched the surface of Clone Wars.
And this is what annoys me. It's like
even like the other droids, like the Commander ones that say,
the attack droids, aren't they?
Yeah, and then you got the big spider dude as well, like like that cool one.
He'd be a deluxe as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got on trying to build a mixed team of vets.
So what is the number one Grau figure you each?
I need to get a shiny. So what is the number one Grau fight you each looking for in Star Wars Black? A number one Grail.
I haven't got any.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I've
got all the ones I want.
But if there's one, if there's one that is released that I haven't got, see my Grail figure beforehand, but now she's available, which is Bosch. That was one I've always wanted to get hold of, and I never wanted to spend a lot of money on it. But now she's out in archive. I'm kind of not putting that down as a Grail figure. But I've pretty much gone out my way to get what I need.
Yeah, I've got all the figures I wanted. Yeah. The Grail figure that I did have was Cody, but he came out in archive, so.
Yeah, I think.
And these one also wish I hadn't got, so.
Yeah, because I've got all the clones. I've got everything that I need. The only thing I would say that I probably would like in my collection is Dax with the snow speeder. And that's it.
Yeah.
I think.
I've got most of my Grauls would have been clones, but I've got all the commanders and stuff now, so.
Yeah. That's one thing Hasbro did right was the Star Wars Black Series, the archive line, 100%. And disbenefited you, didn't it? Because we started at the same time,
Yeah.
even though we didn't even know each other back then. But we started, came out when we started, so it was kind of nice to have all these new face sculpts, because that's the things that put me off Black Series before, was the face sculpts. They look crap.
Yeah.
I was going to spend 20 quid on this figure that looked like something that was like a toy, and then they got really good, and now they're going backwards. The faces are great, but the body paint apps are just crud now. So yeah, just the archive, I think it helped me collect a lot, especially like all the bounty hunters and stuff as well.
That's how I got on mine. I got Bosk, IG88, and I know I got Zuckus and Forlom from normal.
Yeah, they were time, but I think
they're still going in a double pack. Actually, that's the only double pack I know of, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's that horrible Kenner look one as well.
Yeah.
I think it was Anakin in that first phase, wasn't he? Of the
I got Archive Anakin as well.
Yeah, I can't remember what was the other one that come in it. I can't remember now. I think I ended up getting them all. I can't remember. Yeah, I have to look up. Boba Fett. No, Boba Fett IGA.
The 501st Troopers were Archive, weren't they?
Yeah, that's recently.
Yeah, I'm just saying that was an Archive. They're the only Archive I've got,
yeah, Snow Speeder Attack is very cool. Yeah, I just think I wouldn't go out my way for the Snow Speeder. I just got nowhere to put it.
Snow Troopers still easy to get hold of?
What?
Are Snow Troopers easy to get hold of?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I've not seen one to buy for a long time.
Okay. I just had an idea.
Oh, another custom. I did a quick. You might be able to get sequel figures. They're pretty good for customs if he's going to do anything like that. You got the Snow Trooper sequel figures.
Yeah, but I wanted to do the that Galactic Marine or whatever it was called.
Okay. Yeah. I did a quick custom for a buddy and made ESB Wedge on my IG. Oh, nice. So it's just Luke and just a head swap. But yeah, Wedge. I was really appreciative of when Wedge got released, even though it is X-Wing Luke, which is a shame. I suppose my Grail figures would be Han and Luke in Stormtrooper gear, but because I made my own customs on that, I'm not really too fussed. But,
I don't really have any Grails anymore. Like I've got all the ones I've wanted. So
yeah, I would say my Grail piece that I do have is either Captain Rex or the Emperor and his throne.
Yeah, I'd say the same. The figure on my shelf that's most wanted by most people is Rex.
Yeah. And Jackson. Jackson who? The rabbit. Did you get it?
Right. No.
I've got him. He's just sounding back home. He's good. He's a really good figure. I like him.
You should get another one because I still have him in Nerd Base. You should get another one and do like an Easter Bunny.
Well, good thing. I mean, I could paint one up and make him like yellow or something. I just have like a whole battalion of Jacksons, like different colours, like Power Rangers.
Like a rabbit, like a rabbit battalion.
Yeah. Just head swap, but got him back into the package, so it looks cool. Oh, really nice. Lovely. Yeah. that's kind of it, really. I didn't say any Mandos or anything for this, but again, it's Clone Wars, isn't it? But there's just so much.
Pre-Vizsla was actually one of my ones that I was thinking of doing, like putting on that list.
Grievous.
Pre-Vizsla,
Yeah.
leader of Death Watch.
Yeah. With the sash
Mm.
and the dark saber.
Because I've got him in 3.75, like the old Clone Wars figure.
Yeah.
And that's a really good figure as well.
Yeah, I had him. I sold him.
I've got a photo way back as when I started of that figure on my
Yeah.
Instagram.
Oh,
You have to scroll back a long way.
No, I'm all right. I'll bore myself.
Jackson Army. Yeah, Jackson Army in Easter colours.
Yeah, that's it. I might do that.
Just get a load of pastel colours.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You know, light pink, light blue.
Yeah.
And just
like
go
aqua.
for it. Yeah. I'll give them all these different zigzag things on there as well. Across
Yeah.
these different designs.
Do little eggs.
Yeah. Like egg grenades.
Yeah, that I'm surprised. See, that's the only thing they haven't touched yet. They've done Christmas and they've done Halloween.
That needs to do
Wait
Easter.
for Easter, yeah. Because that's an easy re-release for them, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a bunny. We'll just do it.
Yeah.
But we won't just bring out Jackson. We'll put the bunny head on a Han Solo body so we can muck about with these things and call it like.
We'll put a bunny on a clone.
Yeah. I want to get that clone trooper though. And then customize the helmet to make him look better.
Oh, what, that new one?
Yeah.
No.
I might even go out and get glow in the dark.
What body's it on?
New clone. It's on the new clone body.
I've only found it in HMV so far.
Oh yeah, I've seen it online. I really like the Chewbacca as well, but I think it's down to lighting on that as well. The wear
Halloween one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got all the Halloween ones in HMV. I was in there today.
Yeah.
And it's annoying though because you can't see the figure.
Yeah.
I see photo, and they had the clone. I was like, I could get the clone and just paint it up.
Yeah, I just think it needs blacking on it here, and then just redesigning the
black. Yeah, put in the eyes where the eyes are.
Yeah, and it'll look a lot better, and it will go along with the Umbara trooper. So it'd be like this sort of like skull battalion, and you can get another one and do like a blue skeleton on there, and
but yeah, they can't do Jesse, but they can paint like they can do a whole different figure, like painted orange and black. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand that.
Yeah, but we'll just see, won't we? See where they go. I mean, those sort of things do kill Black Series, in my opinion. But
yeah, because it just makes it a joke, doesn't it?
Well, actually, I think 2, like they've done for Halloween, is fine. But when they bring out like 6 figures of the Christmas ones, it just literally looks like, and I don't want to be sexist, but it kind of looks like they're just giving it to like
a little girl,
a woman that knows not a lot of Christmas colours on them. And it's like, oh, here we go. You know, It's like they're not even like, there's so many different things you could do. I mean, I think C-3PO would look cool as a gingerbread man. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like the design there is literally there, just giving like little buttons down. He'll look like a cool, just a big gingerbread man. But they always do like these little Christmas jumpers over the top of the armors and stuff. And it just don't look right.
It looks weird,
yeah. I mean, for me, if they're going to do like a Christmas Boba Fett, he wouldn't wear like a jumper over the top. It would be like he have Christmas colours on. So you just like play with all these different things to make him look like he's got,
You'd do the Christmas special one.
Yeah. Well, no, because that's already done. But yeah, I think sometimes they look really, and they're like, oh, what other
Yoda is dressed as an elf?
Yeah, little, and then do little things over, so it looks like he's actually got fake ears, but they're his real ears, and then colour them like human colour.
Yeah. Just custom ideas, Steve. Stop giving them away.
Oh yeah. But they just look awful. They just look really rancid. There's no fault behind it. They just gone like, oh, put them over there. Paint that blue, paint that green, paint that red.
Do you follow
no
Black Series Concepts on Instagram?
Yeah, well, I think I do, but he's kind of like lost in our.
Yeah, See, I follow him, and
algorithm. So
it annoys me because it's like that would be so cool,
yeah,
but they don't do it.
it's gone forever. So yeah. Oh
I'm
well,
going to paint this guy up anyway.
yeah. I think there's some new ideas. You can even get like some sort of clone helmet or something on him, or whatnot. Or even look at your sequel figures that you're thinking about getting rid of. They'll make good customs. Put like a new head on it. Use some of your other heads that you got from Marvel Legends that you don't use and whatnot. Yeah. We'll stop this one now anyway, and then go from here. And we'll be back again for another live video very soon. Don't know what other one we can talk about next, but we'll think.
We could just go through all the eras.
Callum. Yeah, we could do, couldn't we? Well, Return Jedi is out next year, and they've already kind of made that look a bit naff. So yeah, go and check out Callum. Check out his Instagram. Check out his channel as well, as he's coming up for 100 subscribers soon, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on 80 now.
Yeah,
and I've started doing customs as well. So
yeah, oh, my Padawan. No, I'm doing it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for joining me on this one. Don't forget, if you like, you're a little bit late here, comment down below and we'll comment back on the actual video as well. So thank you so much. Take care and we'll see you next time. Bye.